don't have a mic. We're not going to use a mic, so I'll talk loud. But welcome everyone to our girls soccer state championship reception. I know Jim Lee, our principal, did some talking last night and said a lot of good things. Jim, anything else?
No, I do have to get somebody back. Mr. Duggins, thanks for being here. You had to be at graduation last night to understand that. He pulled a surprise on me. I'm going to keep it very short. I talked enough last night and hope it, but we just can't say how proud we are of these girls. I think after the first 10 or 15 minutes of the first game Friday, there was no doubt who was going to be the state champions. I saw a turn. I don't know what made you guys mad at that first game, at that first goal. Wow, it just changed. From there on, I knew who was going to be the state champions, and it wasn't even a contest. So, nice job.
I'd like to recognize each one of the team members and our coaches before we start talking about them. Girls, if you would, when I call out your name, if you would just stand up and give a wave, kind of like the wave you give, you know, that thing. Mara Cunningham. Morgan Lauer. Rebecca Kessinger. Nicole Danahold. Kayla Torrey. Ree Kaufman. Hannah Johnson. Abby Clintworth. Cassidy Sheedy. Michaela Turner. Ashley Musgrove. Morgan Justison. Bethany Simmermaker. Laura Hunt. Brendel Marshall. Taylor Kopp. Maya Habibi. Nikki Hogan. Kelly Graves. Madison Volpert. Blair Marker. Kane Randall. Maggie Julian. Macy Kotler. Kyla Curran. I'll introduce the coaches in a minute. I want to talk first about this team. I think Jim said it 10 minutes into the game. I think I had a pretty good idea last year at this time that we're going to come back and be back in Naperville. And what a great weekend in Naperville. It's a great city, great place to play, and we're getting pretty familiar with Naperville also with soccer. We go up there, seems like we go up there about every year, but just the whole weekend, in the whole playoffs. I'll talk about the playoffs a little bit. You know, in soccer, to score 35 goals through the playoffs and to give up 3 is unbelievable. Unbelievable, dominating performance. I've seen a lot of championship teams. I've seen a lot here in Chatham. I've seen a lot elsewhere, and they all seem to have that one intangible. You know, I said to somebody yesterday, they just seem to have that mojo. I don't know what that is, and it's not something that you can see or smell or taste or anything, but you sure can feel it. And it was just the just what we had going for us. The girls were all having fun. They were playing extremely hard. I mean, that's this team right here. I mean, I've never seen a group laugh and carry on as much as this group right here. And when it's time to play, man, it's just bam, just changes. And they are fierce competitors. And I think everybody who's seen them play can testify to that. A fantastic job. Here in Chatham, the old high school was built in 1957. Okay? Before that, the high school was at Ball Elementary School and Chatham Elementary School before 1957. We moved to the new high school in 2001. In 2013, we won our first girls state championship trophy right here. Yeah. To echo what Mr. Lee said, I'm very proud of this team and what I've seen them accomplish. I felt terrible for them a year ago, and they did great a year ago, getting second place. But I think everybody who was there last year and saw that game last year had a bad taste in their mouth about it. Especially this group right here. And I think that they had that, whatever, they were going to come back. You know, there was just no doubt. And if you saw them play, every person on the team just did everything they could possibly do to help their team win. I don't think anybody on this team cares about if they scored. It's the team. And that's, to me, a mark of a champion. Individual? No, it's the team. And they prove that. Every time I watch them play, they prove what a great team that they are. At this time, I'd like to introduce our coaches. Kelly Welly, are you here? Yes, she is, right here. Kyle Frankie. Greg Light. John Wiesork, our trainer, right here. And I'd like to introduce Jay Light. Before I do, I'd just like to say, this is Jay. This is your 20th year. 20th year, and yeah. I know we've got second twice. I'll probably mess this up. Because he's won a bunch of trophies, but second twice. I know we're fourth one year. I think we've got about 5. We got third twice. We got a lot of these trophies. This is the first one that has that champion on it, though, which I think is, I think for all those teams in the program, for all those teams that went to this tournament and came in 4th place, 3rd place, 2nd place. I think that this group right here did something for that entire program. Our girls soccer program. Our boys soccer program. Our boys have a one state champion. They've got the 2nd, 3rd. We got the first place in the season following the entire soccer program. And I got to see them. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I got to give them that. I don't think he comes out here and
encouraging as any of the other teams we play. So girls, I think we need to give everybody here and them a hand for that. I appreciate the kind things Dan said about myself, but I tell you, our success this year and the past is built on the kids buying into what we're trying to teach and the support that they've had from when they first started soccer. If we didn't have kids coming in that had quality coaching when they were younger and had encouragement from parents and the support, it wouldn't be as easy to do the job that we do. You know, and for myself, especially a year like this year where timing wasn't the best with my wife and I having our 4th child. You know, we don't necessarily have all the control over that, but this past 10 days or so, my assistants over here, they've done pretty much everything. And I'm not kidding at all. They stepped up. I just had to show up at the games and probably unfairly just show up there and then talk to the TV people afterwards. And, but I appreciate all of you guys more than you know. And girls, we need to give our coaching staff. One thing that Dan said and we have tried to do the time I've been able to coach is and a lot of people, that every time I say this to a reporter or somebody, they look at me like you're just blowing smoke, coach. Honestly, we don't come out with these kids at the beginning here and say, we want to win a state title. We want to win X amount of games, win a conference. That's not, those are all byproducts of what we ultimately, we hope these girls learn to work as hard as they can every day, learn what it means to be part of a team and put other people first. You know, hopefully we can teach them a little bit in 4 years besides the game of soccer. You know, that's actually secondary. And when a group of talented athletes come together and they start to realize that the team does come first and to make sacrifices for each other and be there for one another, the results are something like this trophy right here. And that's, you know, that's what we try to emphasize. And if we can do that, whether we win a state title or whether we don't win any games, you know, that's what our goal is as a coaching staff, is to help them become mature and become better people. And so I've seen that definitely in this group of seniors that are graduating. Very proud of them and their leadership, every single one of them, from somebody who played every minute to someone who may have been a role player. I mean, their leadership has been outstanding this year. And this season was not without adversity with the people getting injured or various things happening, but we still were able to adapt and overcome a lot. If you think about a state tournament, the thing it cracks me up with the Chicago area schools is I'll go to a banquet or somewhere and you hear these coaches talk about, oh, we got to go downstate. Our goal over here is to go downstate. I'm saying, downstate? You go 30 minutes to go to Naperville from where you are probably, maybe 45. Downstate, come south of I-80 please one day. You know, for these girls to accomplish this, and the teams we've had in the past, to go 3.5 hours on a bus on Friday and play and win a semifinal game against a team who probably, I don't know, Fenwick probably traveled maybe 45 minutes, I don't know, even that, on a turf field which we don't ever play on. Then the next day, stay in a hotel the next day and get up and play another team who's not very far. They slept in their own beds that night. And to beat those teams in the performance they had, you know, was just outstanding. It's a tribute to them and their mental toughness and just to be able to focus on the task at hand. And I don't think that some of the schools up in that area realize that. We try to get them to come down here and play us sometimes. You know, and then more often than not, we're more successful against them if they get out of their comfort zone too. So just a lot of little adversity that I think some people don't necessarily think about that these guys overcome to win a state title. And it's just outstanding. It makes us very proud as coaches to see them do that. You know, I could stay out here all day and talk about each of these kids and a lot of things that they've done. I'm just so proud of them all, and all of you guys should be too. But I know that I'm not the best public speaker, and I get to rambling and everything too. So I just want to say again, thank you to all of you for your support, and I want to thank our administration, my assistant coaches, and all the girls especially. Just a great group of kids, a lot of fun. It's next tomorrow. We don't have school, we don't have soccer going on. I'm just going to be, I mean, I have plenty to do, believe me, but it's going to seem weird not having to make time for soccer. And our group of seniors that have been around for 4 years, next year we'll miss them. A lot of them have played varsity since their freshman year, so it's going to be strange to not have some of them around. But great experience. I hope they have had an awesome time, something they'll never forget, and we're just extremely proud of all of them. So if we can give them a hand again.
I'd kind of like to hear what some of the seniors have to say. I think that's a good idea. Seniors, seniors. All seniors up here. Support. If you're not talking, at least you can support.
I didn't know I was talking.
Back, Anna.
Alright, I guess I'm speaking on the behalf of these amazing 10 girls. They're not only my friends, but they're gonna be my sisters forever, all of you guys. And we share something really special. We all have so much fun together, and I think when I say that we're all gonna miss spending an hour and a half, 2 hours together every day, like it's coming, like everybody knows that we're gonna be together. I mean, we have a group chat that goes from like 7 a.m. in the morning to like midnight every night. Sorry, Coach. I mean, there's all subjects under the sun in that group chat, and I think we have a lot of fun in that. We have a lot of fun playing this game, and the people who aren't playing next year, it's just great to go out with a win. I was talking to Coach Kelly yesterday, and I looked at her and I was like, Coach Kelly, this is my last game ever. And she was like, you know that not many people go out with a win, and we did it, guys. That was our goal since we were this big, and we did it. So I just want to thank all of you guys, and I think that goes to everybody out there, Coach Gork, Mr. Lee, our coaching staff, our teammates. We really appreciate all the support, and we did it.
Anybody have any questions, since we're not really, I don't know if anybody have a question for any of them?
For Hannah.
What was the first thing, you know, when did you know you're going to win? Let me ask you that. Huh?
I think it was when we scored the first goal. I think we knew that we could come out on top if we got the ball in the back of the net a couple times.
Big John's dreaming.
Yeah.
Big John had a dream the night before. He said that we were going to win 4-1, and we won 4-1.
Anybody? No questions? For the champs? Yeah. Hey, one more time. Let's give them a standing ovation. Stay tuned. Thanks for coming, everybody. Pictures. We got the trophy here. You know, make sure you get big. I know some of you probably have 1,000 of them. Okay. Coach Light.
Sorry, I believe me, I don't like to be in front of big crowds speaking, but as I was looking at some people up here, there's a couple things I don't want to forget. Have some girls that have played for us in the past, alumni, and that was one thing that a lot of these girls sent emails. They were participants. They made a state tournament appearance at some point, and then during the tournament, I was getting texts from some of them. I got home, I had some emails, just congratulating everything like that, and some of you girls are up there. And I don't know why I'm getting choked up, but like Dan said, put a lot of time in. And we got Coach Hogan that was up there. We got to go. Teams in the past that placed in the state tournament, I mean, our goal, believe me, it's not whether we get a trophy. It's not that by any means, but when you see the kids' reaction when maybe they got so close and you know what the heart they had and they put into those teams, and we've even had teams that didn't make it to a state tournament. They were very talented and things happen. It just kind of, as a coach, sometimes it breaks your heart because you know what they put into it and maybe they got beat by or upset by a team that I know they weren't as hard at work as our group. You know? So when these guys did this, it is also not just for the school and their teammates now and the community, but it's for you guys that played in the past. And to get those encouraging texts and emails and stuff from several of these alumni and girls that played in our program that really means a lot to myself, and I know it meant a lot to these girls to read them, and just to have a tradition like that. It goes beyond words, So that was one thing. The other thing, and part of the reason I get choked up too, is I think a lot of you know, we talked about and laughed a little bit this week. My wife and I had our 4th child, and she wanted to be out here today, and she's just not, she's still recovering. She just couldn't make it, and so everything's gone great. But I want to thank a lot of you have been very supportive in that. And encouraging and asking about my wife and our son Ezra. And I can't, right now, a better week in my life is hard to find. I mean, outside of my marriage and everything else. For those of you that, some of us go to church together, run into each other, if you see my wife, give her a big thanks because she's been a trooper through this. And all the recovery process and allowing me to still, feel okay about coming to the games and things like that. Because unless she was doing well and I got the okay that she was fine with it, I wasn't going to be there. I'd still know these guys would have been just fine without me. But I wanted to say those things before everybody left. And now I need to get back to disciplining my own kids. As you can see, they're the ones causing all this. So, thank you. I just wanted to say that.